Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for December 21st, 2021. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. We're going to scroll down and we're going to look for this Zoom banner. And where it says click here, we'll proceed over to the Zoom platform. If you'd like to be part of Cathy's SRC4u Daily Energy Clearing Group, all the information's here. You can click through. We're going to go over onto the Zoom platform. Here on the Zoom platform, I'm going to authorize the app to open. The call will be live, so please lower the speaker volume.
You know, we absolutely are going to get our information if we want it, if we can handle it. And we've also got, you know, our own prayer and meditation and other ways to get information. You know, the more, at least what I think, the more you do this kind of work, whether it be SRC or Reiki or whatever you do to clear stress, you're going to get information from the cosmos. And I've learned over the years that I regret it when I don't follow it, because it's dead on.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
Yeah. So it's just, you know, it's a step. I think every day a step that we're taking that's very positive.
And thank you for leading this Zoom call. It's much appreciated.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. You know, it's funny. It's been over a year now, but man, it was very tough for me to start that. I was terrified because I'm not that good with technology. So thanks to you guys for putting up with all that and following along. There's so much to share. And anything you guys have, please share. I think that when we got a hold of this technology, I know I had no idea of what it could do.
Has anybody tried the MedBed stuff that Ralph presented?
I have some misgivings about it, so I haven't yet.
Yeah, me too. I actually do too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but that's kind of an example of following intuition, I guess.
Yeah, that came up for me as well.
Yeah, Annie, I would be interested in hearing what your reservations are.
Yeah. Basically, from everything that I am exposed to is that there really isn't MedBed technology here. And then I did go through a lot of the testimonials there, and there was a really neat guy that spoke that was very pro MedBeds. He's done a lot of studying, and not he, his wife, or his mother received any kind of positive shifts or any kind of changes that were determinable from them. And I know when Australia brought out teaching, there's a gal that I know of in one of my groups, and she spent $2,500 and trained in 6 weeks, and then went out and was selling it for $3,000 to each person that took the training from her. And when the one person that I have faith in he went crazy when he heard that they were doing it, because he knows he's part of the ones that have brought it from off planet, and the ETs that are going to be part of bringing it in. And right now it's only for the children and for off planet warrior type people. So, you know, that's why I feel that way. It just, my intuition also said, because there's talk about somebody else's that it can be kind of a soul harvesting. So you have to really think through what you're doing.
Yeah, and a lot of times if it sounds to be too good to be true, it's not true. I don't know how else to put that. Yeah. Well, you see where we are here today. We've got, we finished yesterday, but look at that. Imagine that. The theme is stress. So, interestingly enough, I don't know how far, if anybody else had any time to work yesterday. You know, we wanted 447 clearings for this stress related to chemical involvement affecting the skeletal system. This is how far I got. And we might want to do this a little bit more and then test again tomorrow. But it made me go in. The skeletal system is actually our entire foundation. So it might not be a literal skeletal thing. It could be, speaking in other terms, what the encyclopedia says is the bones are the solid framework of the body, the pillars, the tree of life. Within the bone itself, there exists the marrow, the deepest core of my being, which gives birth to the immune cells that have the ability to protect me. So my own thoughts, and you tell me what you think, is that we probably needed to continue with this and do a little more of this, maybe not all the way up to 447, maybe test it again tomorrow, because we are also running, for example, with our today we're going to keep it simple. I put in the primary situation, this chemical involvement affecting our skeletal system, because it could again be symbolic of so many other things. And then here we have we have a couple of things. I was going through the computer last night doing a little cleanup, and I found this that I don't think you have. This is a cocktail for toothache. But then also, this got me kind of excited. This is a cocktail for stem cell restore. And I added that to the sustenance balancer for now, but take it and use it as you wish. But then also, here's a list again from Dr. Kersey of common water toxins. And it's quite a list. We do have to focus a little bit on what's in our water so we can clear it. And let's just look here. And Kevin was kind enough to get on the computer and help me fix my Excel spreadsheet. So let's just get this up here. And wait a minute, let me see again how far down to.
Cathy, I hope you'll put those particular cocktails in our.
Oh, it's in your notes. Absolutely, yeah. They're loaded up so you can use them as you wish, and or Kevin, I'll get with Kevin as well, and he can load them. But and I think as I'm trying to go through and clear all this up, because this computer wants to act up every now and then, and I don't want to lose things. But here is what at this moment in time, I did this scan this morning, is in our this is all energetic. This is on a subtle plane, which is why I think it's so important to understand these subtle bodies. This is not in our necessarily physical, but it's in a subtle. We see hepatitis virus, the staph. Of course, we know about fluoride. We've got some of these other things we may not know about. Look at the mercury. And again, this is not to be alarmed over, but what I did is we've got some good tools for this. Let's go in here and copy it. And I went in to ask if you can see that. You probably can't. Should we go ahead and clear this by the supercharger, and we want 24 hours. So this probably is not a bad thing to maybe even put on our overall scanning list to see how often we need to do this type of scan and do some clearing. Well, let's just put that in there. Oops. Over here. We've got that. And then if anybody did a little work on this, please email me and let me know. But we can go ahead and continue this, and maybe then tomorrow check and see with all the other things we did along with it, if we need to, get up to that big number.
The first time I ran it, it required, 5 by 9, which is the maximum.
What required 5 by 9?
The element, the element scanner.
Oh, okay. Come back to that. And then the other thing, we are working on holiday-related depression. And let's just see where we are with that. Just maybe do a little off and on for that. And again, keeping in mind we can be in charge of that also. This stem cell thing is rather intriguing. Let's see if we'd like to have that in our P4 today. Nah, not quite. Remember, as you know already, the WonderClick has a lot of this already built in it. So very often, just those of us who like a little bit more information may do more. But so if you look at this, I put in as our primary situation this chemical stress. And let's just hit the WonderClick and see what comes up. Okay, so we can see some of this related stress. This is why I initially got this software, is this clearing resistance scan. Okay, so we see, for example, right at the top, abnormal cells. We know that's not our physical body. This is our subtle body, but we know also everything originates in the subtle bodies. Let's just see if we want to do any kind of a charge on that. If I can type.
There you go.
That's right. That, oops, well, it was in there. Maybe I have it on the other one, so I better add it in here. Let me just see if there's anything right now. I'll add that today, but you get the idea. Here's an interesting one, maybe for another time, clear cellular memory. We probably have non-beneficial. All right, so I'll have to add that from the other computer, that charge, but you get the idea. Go down, look at some of this, their mind, attitude, emotional, brow chakra, whatever's wrong with me, ears and hearing. A lot of chakra work today. There's the fluids, stress. I wonder if we have. Let's just look in here. If we have some life force cocktails. Nope, don't need it. Digestive stress. Sweat glands comes up often. Man finds it hard to get what he wants because he does not want the best. It's a thought. That's interesting also, this cursed stuff, which to me is genetic. That's what we pass down in our family tree. Friendship betrayal, stress related to amino acids. Let's just go in. Mm. 30 minutes, just 2 repeats. But look up here, look at everything we're asking for. And just for the heck of it, let's go down to the flower essences, because this amino acid stress has a lot of relatively to mental health stress. And I know a lady from many years ago that spent time in prison. She was a nutritionist, and some people brought their son in. He was suffering, I think, from depression, and she suggested they go on amino acids, or he go on amino acids, some sort of supplement. By the time they came back for the next appointment, he had told his psychiatrist he didn't need his meds anymore, and they came in and got her and arrested her and took her to prison. She didn't spend long, but I don't think she ever quite got over it, the trauma.
I guess.
And she sure did step out of the line of work at that time. They had her picking up trash on the street in her little orange outfit. It was extremely traumatic. And she had not told them to go off the other meds. This was something they had done. So that was many years ago. Anyway, you see just some of the information here in reference to amino acids. Like here's this detox heavy metals. You might be able to accomplish that just with your 4 glasses of water first thing every morning. Inner loneliness from self-centered reasons, impatience, irritable, extreme mental brain tension.
Sorry.
What was that?
You said something about clearing it every morning with your 4 what? What was that?
My 4 glasses of water.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Me too. I love it, Cathy. I'm so glad you brought it up.
Yeah, so you know what? And this is wild. I really haven't even still had much of my coffee. I don't want it as much. I enjoy the ritual of my coffee, but we'll see what comes of that. Look at this, loss of spiritual connection to higher self. Could that be possibly related to this kind of stress? Let's just look and see what we come up with. Look at that, major exorcism. So, and then look at that as well, tumor and cyst. So again, we have an awareness. We know this is subtle. Let's continue to balance it. Confusion. We might want to all look a little further in the coming year to this amino acid information. Physically stressed environments. There's a victimhood, giving up, had enough, overburdened. Let's just see if we want a victimhood cocktail. Nope, got it under control.
It kind of feels like this is some ancestral purging too.
I believe it is. I think we're going to find there's a lot more to what we're passed down generationally. And that's part of it. As our consciousness rises, I think more is starting to realize that. And I'm still looking at that Healing Baths book, which they say clears a lot of that. I don't know how that's going to work out. It looks like a lot of work to put those baths together. Plus, you need a series of them. Plus, it looks like you need a massage afterwards with essential oils. So I don't know what that's going to involve. But I think we're going to find out a lot of our stress may be something we can clear by clearing some generational stress. Let's just responsibly create.
Well, this is such a key day. This is the winter solstice.
Yes.
It's about as big as it gets right now.
Yes. Let's just put that. See, we've got the potential to responsibly create our life experiences. We're having to amp it up a little. Just let's put that in there. Indecision, procrastination, stuck, self-doubt, lack of personal power. Let's just for the heck of it. Get that going.
I've never heard of that flower. Have you?
Nope, these are, I don't think we can buy these flower essences anywhere. Okay, so there's the addiction, psychic consumption, and addiction mentioned twice. Very interesting. They say 100% of us have an addiction of some sort. Well, look at all this amino acid related stress. Let's just do one last one, feelings of undeservingness, which could tie in. Okay. So anyway, moving on down. With your glands, and just see for the heck of it. No, let's look at the nervous system as well. No. And some adrenal stress. Let's see. We have a great adrenal scan in this personal options. Let's see if we need it today over and above the Wonderflex. Nope. Got some deception here. Let's look at.
Cathy, you mentioned the personal options. That's something I've never really paid any attention to. Maybe someday you could talk about that.
Be happy to. Yeah, it's a powerful scan. Kevin put that together for us, and it's in our daily scan. I always, when we do our overall scan, that's in there. And very often, the group may not always want it, but the individuals typically do. Let's just put deception in here. Gong. Agreeable. Trauma. And maybe keep a person away from recognizing their true self. Sacred cows make the best hamburgers. Oh dear. I don't know about some of these statements. I think are good for a laugh, and laughing definitely raises voltage as long as you're in control of your laughter. Look at gallbladder vitality. Just amp that up. And so anyway, that's where we are at this moment in time. Does anybody have anything to add?
I got a question.
Yeah.
For those that have she motion, what I'm noticing is people that I hardly ever do she motion on, they only have a few things, and people that I've worked on a lot, a lot of time over the years,
they seem to have a whole lot of things come up in the she motion.
That's interesting.
Has anybody else noticed that? Or?
I haven't paid attention to it.
I haven't either.
It makes me think of, like priming a well. At first, you only get a few drips, but as you keep at it, then the water begins to flow.
I kind of thought of it as an onion. When you're doing healing, they say you're peeling away the layers of the onions. That's all I could come up with myself. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. That she motion is powerful, and we might want to be using it a little bit more over the holidays. And I want to make one more announcement, and I don't want you to necessarily jump in and do any energy work, just prayer. But Ray Foley has had a heart attack.
Oh.
And again, please don't go in and work on him, because he doesn't want too many energies at this point. But we sure do want to keep him in our prayers.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's very, very sad to hear. And he's doing okay. He's doing okay. But we need to, both also be aware of that so we can pray for him. And don't send energy without permission. Just do as you're led to do. So I did want to share that with you.
In perfect health.
Correct. Yeah, we've added him. We have permission to add him to our intention list, and we'll do the scan and see who comes up tomorrow. Maybe it will be him, and then he's in the group as well. So there's all kinds of things we can do, and you might even go in here and just, if you are so led to do a little something, just go in here, priority for Steve, and see if there's something you could do for him. But for the most part, we don't want to send too much energy.
Well, we could put him on a prayer.
He is.
Right? That's
Yeah,
a
he's in there. Yeah, he's in there.
I have a payment to make towards my she motion package, so that always helps. I'll send a payment.
There you go. That's exactly right.
I'm serious. That kind of stuff is always like, yeah.
That's right. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, okay. Well, it looks like that's it for today.
Have a blessed day. Have a happy solstice, everybody.
That's right. It's a big day. Okay. Take care, everybody.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for attending. We look forward to seeing you again. Until then, take care and be well.